Good morning.
Good morning.
We got our eggmobile all built and we got the nesting boxes built and put inside. So today we just got to put our tire on, get it closed up, and we can get our first batch of egg layers in here and get them laying eggs in the new nesting box. The other day our tire was flat and our valve stem was leaking, so I had to change that out, and the old lug nuts were rusty and they were pretty much stripping out on the outside, so I picked up some lug nuts. So we were waiting for those to put the new tire back on. Gonna look funny, shiny new lug nuts.
You can't have that.
Can't have that.
No, it's too shiny.
That's all they got.
They didn't have vintage ones?
Nope.
Oh.
All right, I want to put our ramps away, and then I want to shut the doors and make sure we can get them to stay shut for now. Because when we move the chickens in here, we're going to keep them locked in the eggmobile for probably about 2 days-ish, because we want them to learn that this is home, this is where they need to go back to. Let me get this closed. So the door does have a little lock right here, so it just can't get pushed open. So now it's locked, and then I'll turn it off. Let's go do the other door. All right, that'll be good. The chickens can't escape on us. We're gonna put both of our egg layer flocks in here. We're gonna start off with the red stars. They're in the barn, so they're gonna be easy to get. We'll have to wait till nighttime to get the other flock, and we'll combine them all together, and they can all live happily ever after in the new eggmobiles.
Oh, you got a whole handful.
This makes 10.
10? I was gonna say, you keep them count. $13?
14.
Oh, yeah.
18. 3, so that makes 21 chickens, 20 layers. We really like this feeder. I don't know if it'll work good in the eggmobile, but we're gonna try it out. How close are we?
I think that little bit of roll would have been okay.
Going forward, yeah. We definitely gotta go forward.
Right in line, though.
I'm curious to see how the Can-Am does pulling the eggmobile. If we can use the Can-Am to pull the eggmobile, if we're gonna be better off using the tractor.
Or do you think it's gonna be too heavy?
I don't know. Just don't know how it's gonna do pulling. This one's got a tube in it. So that's good to know. This one should hold air no problem. This one also has a tube in it.
Did those other two that you had have tubes in it?
Nope, the other ones did not.
Those aren't even the same size tires, are they?
No. So both of the rear tires have tubes in them. The fronts did not. So I'm going to keep my eye out for 2 more 15-inch used tires somewhere to put on there. But they work for now. I wonder how they'll like their first rail ride. Let's see how it pulls going up the little hill. Oh, like butter. Pulls easy. All the animals want to know what we're doing. It's Cookie, mooing, and then we got Hope, Daisy, and Pumpkin saying, hey, what's going on over here? What are we doing, Cookie?
Cookie is not impressed.
Cookie's saying he wants out on the fresh grass. It's still too muddy, Cookie.
Yeah, can you tell?
Tell. The ground's still pretty soft and wet with all the rain we've been getting. And we got more coming.
Sometimes you gotta move stuff when you gotta move stuff. Look at all that water.
So the rooster we just put in there is the rooster from this flock. And then tonight we'll move that flock into here. That's why I parked this close with the door side by side so I can just go from one to the other. Make it easy. It pulls nice and easy. Maneuvers easily too, which is nice. And we got a place for our hitch pin. We'll put the feed in, and then we gotta go clean out their old chicken coop.
We're also gonna pick up some plastic chalks because they'll be lighter and easier to move around, and something to cover up one of the nesting boxes because we don't need both sets right now because there's not that many chickens in there. Once we have about 100 chickens or more, you know, more than 50, we'll open up the other side because we don't need to be cleaning out or checking eggs from both if we don't need them. And boy, are they noisy.
We got them all excited. I'll have you get the door after.
Don't let anybody out. This is so muddy.
That fits good there.
What's all the ruckus? Forrest likes to walk through all the, like, dirt piles in the grass. You feel like it's a maze, I think.
That's funny.
Azalea, you're looking pregnant.
All right, now time for the not so fun job.
If we didn't have those rubber mats right there, this would slide just perfectly, but we also don't want it to be too far off the ground because then when we do have little chicks and stuff in there, they can come get out and then of course all the bedding and stuff. So that's why it's like that. We could probably make the mats a little bit shorter, but it's fine doing it this way too.
So we gotta get this cleaned out for our meat bird chicks. They're not here yet, but they'll be coming shortly, so we wanna get it cleaned out. let it air out for a little while before we put new bedding down. And then right before we get the chicks, we'll throw fresh bedding in here and they'll have a nice place to stay.
In the chicken run area, we do have a few baby chicks in there that my sister hatched out for us. So we have some more in the incubator. And so we'll have more chicks for that. And then the meat birds. So we're gonna have lots of little chicks soon. Hopefully some baby calves soon. No baby piglets. Brutus.
How many bucketfuls you think?
5.
That's what I was gonna say.
You were?
I'll go with 6 then.
You're gonna go higher then?
What's that?
You're gonna go higher?
No, I'll go lower. I'll go 3.
No, it's definitely more than 3. The little wind is messing it up.
Breeze is nice, but it don't help.
Nope, not the night stuff anyway.
I do love that.
It's amazing when you're cleaning it out.
All right, we'll leave this to dry out until we get our new meat bird chicks. And then we'll decide if we want to put the meat bird chicks in here or on the other side. I bet you the red star egg layers are gonna love being out on pasture.
So just coming in here to check on the other chicks. I did put an extra latch right here, so this should be Brutus proof or anything else proof. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Oh, you're doing good? All right. I know, look at those cute feathers you have. Oh yeah, you're gonna start moving around now? Yeah.
All right, I just moved over 27 chickens from our original coop into the new Eggmobile, and there's still 4 more hiding in this little side. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to get them tonight, so that is 47 in there so far. When I say 4 more, so we'll have 51 in there total. We're halfway to our goal. So yeah, I'll have to get these guys in the morning. I shut the coop up so they can't get out. But it's so much easier to do it when it's dark. But right now, these last 4, they're hiding on the little old brooder side, so it'll be kind of a pain to get them without making sure that they don't get loose. So we'll get them in the morning. All right, it's time for Sweet Potato. She's got to go. She's not pregnant.
What's going on, huh? Never know.
The cows want to know what we're doing.
What?
Miss Sweet Potato, you ready to load up and get out of here? She's napping.
Come on. Come on. Don't try to go fast there. You can't fit. Come on. Come on. Up.
There
Come
you go.
Keep coming. Good girl. Maybe her claws are too long. Her hoofs. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
All right, let's move her out.
Pumpkin, you excited? You excited? What are you guys doing? You guys aren't probably gonna be happy. Yeah, you hungry? Come on. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hold on. So let me get it in there first. Oh, all over the place. Okay, you're hungry. You wanna get a new friend? A new old friend? Come on, there you go. There you go. There you go. Get over to the good stuff. Now you need to go run a few laps.
So Sweet Potato was our breeding sow. We had her in with our boar for quite a few months. She was in heat when she first went in there for like the first 2 heat cycles, and then she never went back into heat again. So we assumed she was bred. She just kind of kept showing signs, like her lower belly kept getting bigger and hanging lower, like she was going to be having her babies. Well, there's no way she could have babies now, because even from the last day she was separated from the boar, we're way past her due date from then. So we got her back in here with Pumpkin. Pumpkin, we can tell when she goes into heat all the time. Sweet Potato has never gone back into heat since she was in with the boar, so we're not sure. We're gonna keep an eye on her. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with her, see if she goes back into heat or not. The reason we didn't breed Pumpkin to our boar is because she was related to the boar. We plan on keeping her for AIing because we can tell when she goes into heat, and we wanted to make sure we had a pig that if we wanted to breed with AI, that we know when she goes into heat, so if that makes sense.
And she seems like she's got, I mean, Sweet Potato has shorter legs and Pumpkin's got longer legs, and she seems more energetic and stuff. We're gonna cut down on Sweet Potato's feed. We also didn't know if she was pregnant, want to make sure she got all the nutrients. And she also had, we had moved her away from the boar because she had a prolapse rectum, so she's had some issues. So we're just gonna keep an eye on her and see. You have this whole place and you're gonna go right there and take a mud bath. That's gross. I know, that's what pigs do. Look, you have all that pasture right there.
All right, we're gonna leave the trailer parked here so that way the cows get used to the scent, because in June, it's gonna be time for Cookie to go to the butcher shop. So I wanna get this over here so he's used to it. It's sad that he's gonna be going to the butcher shop, but it's something we're also looking forward to, which is kind of weird because we want that good, delicious grass-fed meat. So yeah, it's gonna be bittersweet for sure.
It's definitely gonna be bittersweet, and it is definitely something new to us because we have harvested our own animals before, and we have brought animals to the butcher shop, but never a cow that we have raised. But we did know from the very beginning that we were raising them for beef. So trying to just keep that separated.
So raising a steer for meat is a little bit different. You have them for 24 months if you're raising them on grass, or a little bit longer if you want to. A pig you only have for 6 months. Meat birds you have for 8 weeks. And then especially being a milking breed where we calf shared with Azalea and Cookie, that we were always handling him all the time. So you kind of have more of a connection with him, but we knew getting into it that we were raising him for beef. So it's one of those things that's bittersweet because we've been raising him for 2 years for good, healthy meat for us. But then also on the same hand, we know he's gonna be going away. Azalea should have her calf before he leaves, so she won't be by herself. She'll have her new calf, and then Brutus will have a new friend to play with.
So needless to say, this is most likely gonna be the hardest one we've ever done, but we did know what we were getting into. So it's definitely gonna be a hard day. Hi, Franny girl. What are you doing?
Last week I was mowing with the Kubota and I was having issues with the belt on the mower deck popping off. It would do it a lot and then it wouldn't do it. And so I brought the Kubota in, took off the mower deck and looked it over. I thought maybe I'd have a bent shaft on one of the blades, but I didn't. What I found was one of the pulleys had oblong holes. So this had loosened up one time and I tightened it up, and I guess that didn't help because it kept oblong in the hole. So I ordered a new pulley, finally showed up. We got a new pulley here. Let's make sure it's the right one. It's nice and new. That all matches up. That all matches up. So that is correct, which is nice. Then I also got a new bogey wheel because I'm missing a bogey wheel. I thought the way it looked on the parts breakdown is that the wheel was going to come with the bolt and the washers it needs, but it didn't. I just got the wheel. So we'll have to see if we can make it work with the bolts we have. I don't know if it's like a specialty bolt with like a shaft on it. Either way, we'll get it to work today. And then I ordered us 3 new blades. Oh, I bet it'll be easier just to bolt this up now before we put that on. That'd be the smart thing to do, eh? blades aren't terrible. I will save them, and we'll have to get these sharpened. Shoo! You are definitely dry. All right, that center bolt came out pretty hard. The threads aren't stripped, but they're a little flattened over. I tried putting a new bolt in. The new bolt goes in just as hard. So we could just cram it in there and see what happens, but I don't want to do that. So we're gonna clean these threads out because we don't want to be breaking off any bolts. All right, let's get these threads cleaned up. I just cleaned up the ones on the bolt. So much nicer. All right, I can't put my new bogey wheel on because it didn't come with the bolt, and it's a specialty bolt, so I'll have to order that and get that coming. Let's get this started up. We'll go do some mowing, see how it does. I went around and did some mowing around the pasture fences to make sure the electric fence can still hit good. I mowed a little bit up by the house. The ground is still so wet right now. I don't want to push it. I'd love to get out and mow some more, but we gotta let it dry out. But unfortunately, we got like an inch of rain coming tomorrow, and then like another 3/4 of an inch the next day. Then it's supposed to warm up and get sun, I think. So we should be able to stop mowing once that happens. And I think once that happens, it's really going to start growing fast. So far, everything is working good. I think it's just the oblong holes kind of making the pulley like an egg shape almost, so the belt was able to pop off. That's what I'm going to say it was. So it feels good to have the chickens in Eggmobile. It's a bummer about Sweet Potato not having any piglets. We got to figure that out still, but right now her and Pumpkin seem to be happy that they're back together, so that is a good thing. We just got to figure out what we want to do from here on. There's always curveballs thrown at you when you're in this farming business. So this is where we'll end this video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe. We'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.